When it comes to beat-em-ups on the home consoles, there wasn't anything as impressive as the arcades. There were plenty of them, yet a lot of them didn't make it to the home systems, or at least ones that did weren't as good. When Final Fight stormed the arcades, Sega needed something to draw people into the Mega Drive.
And they fought back with Streets of Rage. But is this game any good? Let's have a little look.
The streets are overrun with thugs and violence, all run by one man, Mr. X. 3 ex-police officers take it upon themselves to rid the city of the threat by using only their martial arts skills. There are 3 characters to choose from, and all are varied in power. Adam Hunter is the strongest, but also the slowest. Axel Stone is the balanced of the 3, he moves quickly and has average strength, typically the best one of the 3 for beginners. And Blaze Fielding, who moves fast, yet has a weaker attack. All 3 have the same button commands, but they will perform different attacks. Repeatedly hitting the attack button will perform a combo attack, resulting in the enemy being knocked down. Pressing the attack and jump at the same time will perform a reverse attack, hitting anyone directly behind you. You can jump attack and grapple. When you walk into an enemy, you'll grab hold of them. Pressing attack will perform multiple attacks, resulting in the enemy being knocked down. Holding onto them and pressing away and the attack will throw the enemy. You can use them to hit other enemies heading your way too. Pressing jump when holding onto an enemy will make you vault over them. Press attack to suplex them. In a 2-player game, you can vault over your partner to perform a heavy airborne attack, or if they hold onto you from the back, you can kick forward. You can also do this if an enemy grabs you the same way. When things get tough, you can call in a favour from your police pal to fire a napalm rocket at them. This deals massive damage to all enemies, but it's probably better keeping these for the boss battles. At the top of the screen is your health meter, high score, lives, special item, and time remaining. There are 8 stages to the game, and you begin in the streets, which have neon signs and plenty of thugs to deal with. All stages have breakable items, such as phone boxes, tyres and crates. They may contain something useful, such as apples and beef joints for health, or weapons such as baseball bats, knives or pepper bombs. Other items can be found, such as extra lives and special items. Every enemy will vary in strength, and you can tell who has more strength than the other. For example, the standard thugs in blue can take 2 punches and a throw attack before they are knocked out, but the same character in green will take a few more punches before they get knocked out. This will apply to any enemy that has a palette swap. Every stage will end with a boss, and they all have the same pattern which you can learn easily enough. They are big and they hit hard, so don't stick to bitch slapping them. They also have little minions running around to stop you trapping the boss in a sequence. With each stage that passes, things get harder, enemies will get faster and stronger, and they will come at you with force. You need to remember which is the best way to deal with each enemy, or your game will be shorter than you think. When you reach Mr. X's building, you'll face multiple enemies, and all of the previous bosses you've encountered before. Once you reach Mr. X, he'll give you an ultimatum: join him or fight him. If you choose to join him, you'll be sent back to stage 6 to prove your worthiness. You'll then have to fight Mr. X, where if you win, you'll become the syndicate leader, and see the bad ending. If you choose to fight him and win, you'll see the good ending. And if you're in a 2-player game, you can both get the bad ending the same way, defeat Mr. X together, or fight each other to become the syndicate boss. But is this game any good? Well, of course it is. This is one of the best games on the system, and it still holds up well today. The controls are great, and there's enough moves to play with. The sounds are also very good, but it's the music that stands out above all. A classic soundtrack inspired by 80s and 90s dance music made by Yuzo Koshiro really makes this game stand out. The graphics look stunning, and every stage is a different setting, from the slums to a boat and a factory. The enemies are copy and paste with different palettes, but they are all unique and look fantastic. What really draws you in is the cover art. It shows the 2 main characters in full action, although Blaze here is in a white jumpsuit, where his signature gear is the red jacket and skirt. And at the time, nobody really questioned who the mask guy was on the front. He didn't show up in the game at any point as a character or boss, but he was included in the Streets of Rage remake as a second stage sub-boss. What makes this game a solid title is a winning formula that a lot of games can't seem to get right. Superb level design and graphics, and of course they repeat after a short distance. For example, on the first stage you walk past multiple pine pot signs, but you really don't notice this that much whilst playing. Some parallax scrolling is present, and especially effective on stage 5 on the boat, plus the added rocking motion just tops it off. An incredible soundtrack that's unforgettable as well as good sound effects, great character designs and detailed sprites, great controls and plenty of action with well balanced difficulty option, and the incentive to replay over again, whether that be on your own or with a second player. It's a fantastic game that doesn't seem to get too dated as time goes on. It's not completely flawless, but for what they achieved at the time, it's not far off, and I give it 89%. Thanks for watching. If for some strange reason you like my videos, please consider subscribing so I don't feel so unpopular. Do you know what I mean?